Hello everyone, this is the Flame Modular Gesprächskonzert. I'm happy to welcome you all. This is Trovarsi. You might know her from one or the other YouTube video and Instagram. She's helping us out here tonight with a little live demonstration. She's using two of the modules that we introduced last year. After that, she's gonna explain a bit about it. I'm gonna make a brief introduction of what the modules are about, and then do little 1 minute-ish jams to show you the philosophy behind it. So I will just go through the modules, no functions and everything, just so you know what's happening. This one right here is TAKT, which is our 8-channel rhythm sequencer, looper, basically. Next to it, FIRE, which is an 8-track drum percussion synthesizer, and not in the picture yet. This is our newest edition. This is Tone, which is a duophonic melody looper / sequencer, and that's more or less what it's about. Like these 3 modules, how you can come up easily, create beats on the fly. But yeah, I would say let's get started with some music first. I hope it's working. let's just move these real quick, and you take over the microphone for a second.
Do you want me to break down first?
No, just let's move it, and then you can talk. It's easier. Do we see it already? Almost. Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. You do a little bit of explaining how you're using the modules in your setup, and
Okay, sure. So how I'm using the Flame, first of all, talking about the drum synth module, is the idea for me was to have it be more atonal and more percussive elements and be able to just switch through kits, and you can't, I'm stepping on a pedal that's actually controlling the fills on it, so that way if I want to change a pattern, or basically it looked like I was dancing, but I was actually using the fill and creating my own rhythm along with the sequence that's already saved in a pattern, and then kind of interacting with that with a fill on the pedal, which this is great because this is basically a third hand. So it allows me to have my hands free to switch kits, morph, and that's what I was doing in some of that too, which is basically taking advantage of the morphing capability on the Flame, and then just kind of shifting the whole kit entirely. And then, like Felix, said, I don't know why I called you that. The Flame essentially is a looper, but how I like to use it is when I'm jamming, I'll save various patterns that I like, but because it's so performable, part of the improvisation is just choosing random patterns and then switching up the kits. So I don't have to say, okay, kit 1 is with, pattern 1. I'm able to just kind of switch and interchange, and then if I am not sure about something, I have the foot pedal action along with being able to play, which I was pushing the buttons, which I was then manually triggering each of the drums, which is I'm sending over MIDI capability, this TRS, which is perfect. And then this is how I basically incorporate my modular setup with hardware, and it plays very nicely together, I think.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. How much time do we have left? So I don't spend all the time talking. Okay, quick overview. 8-channel rhythm programmer. So the basic philosophy about it is forget about TR sequencing, you see the lights, you know which step, not happening here. There is a mode, there is a workaround, but the basic principle is you record loops or single shots at a given resolution, at a given velocity and a given gate time. You can randomize these, you can change some of it later, like the velocity. This is one part. The other part is 4 LFOs with analog VCAs. You see it here, CV outs, gate outs, and if you use it with MIDI, what we do here, you still have all these free at your hand. So you could control an entire rack and do stuff with it, like make rhythm-dependent modulations and all that. And Tone, which is the newest edition, will be in stores in 2 weeks, is a duophonic melody looper, so 2 tracks, same working principle. The way you put in notes is either by pressing a button or using a D-beam, and I will show you how that sounds and explain little things during performing. Okay, let's see what we can come up with. Unmute. Yeah, that's a massive bass drum. All the sounds are from Fire. Untreated, raw, there's nothing going on. So, sensor. keep this real unromantic. The synth you hear now, I forgot to talk about that. It's a prototype that we just finished. So this is not out yet. It will be around Christmas. It's a 6-operator quad polyphonic FM synth focused on simplicity and usability. I just managed to get a few patches done yesterday, so this is how this thing sounds. And so this is the first one. We have a few minutes left. So as I told you, it's not a step sequencer where you put in your steps and you fiddle around for ages to get a halfway decent loop going. And I show you how this works, so you don't need to do that. It's actually really nice because you can like kind of play the sequencer just like an instrument and create stuff on the fly. So let's see. So, first off, I'll show you the pre-programmed, I'll unmute the pre-programmed sequences, then I'll delete everything and start from scratch. Deleted everything with the foot switch. So that's an easy thing to do. You delete just with one click and then you just go on. Empty. That's it in a nutshell. You've seen this was like 1 minute, and the beat is there. And if you take time, if you take some notes, fool around a little bit before, you could come up with an entire track in real time, basically. And that's kind of the philosophy about it. So there is more than enough step sequences out there. Not as many step sequences like this, and not as many melody creators. You've seen how like easy it is, sort of. The pedals are a great thing, a superb integration of utility and yeah, MIDI and CV, that's the only thing, the last thing I need to mention. Imagine you have a whole rack here with stuff, let's say just effects or stuff like that. Because I'm controlling everything with MIDI at the moment, so the synth is controlled via MIDI, the drum voices are. At the same time, I could make use of 8 CV recorders, sample and hold sequences, like even velocity out of tone, like via CV, to control all kind of delays, reverbs, everything going around, all dependent on the rhythms. And that is super powerful. And yeah, this is what we tried to show you in this very short amount of time, and I hope we succeeded. I don't know. Thank you. True.